2013, I had cervical cancer in Britain. It was treated and it healed. I started seeing the doctor after every 3 months for checkups, and I went on until April this year. I used to have a lot of bloating, a lot of pains, and I started feeling pain on my leg. So I started complaining to the doctors that I'm not feeling well in the stomach. It's not very comfortable. I'm always bloated. I've even lost appetite. I can't eat, and I have this pain in this leg. So I went on and on seeing the doctor and telling them this problem. But it's like they didn't do anything. I remember one time they said I have IBS, and they started giving me medicine for IBS, which was not helping at all. In the month of March, I went to the doctor and I told this doctor, now listen, I've had enough of this problem because I've had it from 213. I insisted that they take a scan because that's the only way they know what they're treating. So they took a scan, and after about 2 weeks, the results were out. When the results came out, I went to the hospital, and when the results came out, boy, I could not believe it. This doctor girl said, it is unfortunate that your cancer recurred. It has spread to the river, it has spread to the lung. I went breathless because these are people that I've been seeing every 3 months, but they didn't realize until this cancer occurred, and then they said this cancer has gone too far. It is at the 4th stage. And they said, at the 4th stage, we cannot promise you healing. We can only treat you, but we can't promise you healing. So I asked this doctor, what have you been doing? Because I've been coming to you every 3 months for checkup. How come this thing, you couldn't realize that this cancer has come back and it is expanding? He said, I think she said, like, we couldn't see that. Then what were you checking then for all these years, from 213 to 216? Every 3 months I come to you. What have you been checking? But I couldn't talk much because I was mad. I was mad.
Actually, it was quite shocking, you know. You'll never think UK could have such negligence in medicine, because everyone is looking up to these European countries to be the best in this, best in that. So it was quite shocking. A friend of ours referred us to Doctors Beyond Borders. They have a local office in Kenya. So we visited them. We wrote an email to India. And the reaction time is, they're very fast in doing their work. So we were very impressed because they're dealing with patients, they're dealing with lives, so they have to be very fast. And we liked the speed at which they are carrying out, and it's very good. So a day after we got the news, we contacted Varun. I wrote an email, and he replied with within a very short time. He had replied the email and instructed us on what to do and how to do it. And within 3 days, we were in India. And the reception was very good all the way through. The Doctors Beyond Borders have been very helpful to us.
We took the flight to India. But that morning, before I left this leg, I woke up to find out this leg was swollen, that I couldn't walk. From the airport, I was being pushed on a wheelchair. And so I came to India and I continued being pushed on a wheelchair because the leg became more and more, every day it became more and more swollen.
When I arrived in India, we were picked at the airport and dropped first at the hospital. And there we met Ikan Sharma. He is with the Doctors Beyond Borders. He directed us on what to do, how to do it. We did 3 tests, if I remember well, that day.
They did the test for this leg and they confirmed that it was DVT. And the following day they started treating my leg, and I continued like that with the treatment of the leg. And the following weekend they started my chemos.
The services of Doctors Beyond Borders has been really helpful to us, because they're the reason, first of all, we are here in India. They're the reason we've taken this treatment, and we are really, really happy with everything that has we've gone through. They have been with us all the way. If we have any problem, we tell them, they will fix it. They made us feel at home. They make you feel welcomed, and it's really good. So far, we have not faced any difficulties in India. Everything has been really smooth, really good. People are very helpful here. So with your day-to-day, people will help you. If you need any translation, people will help you. We have not faced any problem so far, yeah. And we are not hoping to face any problem in the coming time.
I want to thank God for Doctors Beyond Borders, because they are very, very helpful, and they are very, very organized. They do their things very fast. I think because my children were organizing this, they really helped them to organize all the paperwork and everything that was to be done. They are very kind, they are very patient with the patient, and they have the passion for the patients. And that one really gives a patient hope. When you get to India, when you get to these doctors, they give you hope, and they make it very easy for you that you get healed before you start treating you.
Our medical experience here in India has been really, really, really good. The equipment are superb, high-tech. I personally haven't seen such equipment elsewhere. The doctors are really hospitable. They have time for their patients. They really care for the patients rather than other countries. And it's really, really helpful. When my mom was sick in the UK, it was very stressful, because the doctors had neglected her case and they told her that she had a very short span of living. So for us, me especially, my sister and my brother, it was really hard for us, because you had to lose a mom. She's not very old to leave us yet. So it was very stressful at that time. And if I compare it to now, she's jumping around, she's going everywhere, she's walking. India has really helped her to heal physically, psychologically. She's doing very well.